Howdy, this is Pack Woman from Down Under. Widow, been a widow now for it's 5, coming on 6 years. I've been renovating this little old house, and if you have a look at the last couple of videos, they're only just photos, not a video, but it's photos that I've uploaded. Of my floor and the ceiling. But today, I'll show you this first. Can you see this? This is my glorious wood stove. So it's an old wood oven. Not on today because it's like going to be about 40, high 30s, close to 100 degrees. So what I'm doing is, and the reason why I showed you that is, if you have a look at the walls up here, because as I was renovating the ceiling, I've covered everything up and I've started cleaning and getting the kitchen back to normal. Well, I don't know if you can see the difference up there, you got it light. But you'll see that that wall is a little bit different in colour in that. And the reason is the soot from the fire. And if you have a candle or an oil lamp, which I sometimes have an oil lamp going, the soot actually gets up there. Yeah, you can really see the difference there in the two walls. So I've only done that wall and I haven't done that top corner because I moved the ladder right over the other end. So now I've decided that instead of moving the ladder over there, at that end to finish and go around that way, because the soot up there isn't so bad, it actually gets worse as you come away from the stove towards the back of the house, so back of the room. And this is a pretty large room, as you can tell. My kitchen, so it's a pretty big room. Don't have separate dinings in here. It's only a very small cottage house, 2 bedrooms. So what I'm doing is getting up this ladder, and I'm only using it's a cleaner. It's got eucalyptus oil and stuff in it, but it's very strong, so I've added some water to it, and now the stupid pump on the little spray bottle doesn't want to work, probably because of the oil. So I thought I'll show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So that's the difference, right? So I've only just started this section. And then I got down and grabbed my phone. Grandkids say that, you haven't done a video for a while now, so, and I didn't do one. If you can see this old ceiling, it's wood VJs. They call them VJ joints because they lock in together. It sort of goes down, has a groove on one side, and then has a little extra piece of wood on the other one, and they click in together. So that actually had plaster, so the same plaster that's on this wall was on my ceiling. And I went to put an air vent on, just a plastic air vent, because these are high ceilings, and excuse me, and it blocks the heat. So I went to put an air vent in, started in a lounge room, and because the lounge room walls are the same as the wood. So all down the walls is the same wooden VJ joints, except for in the kitchen. So I expected this to be all just the plaster, because behind the actual walls there doesn't appear to be VJ joints. So it hasn't just been covered up. So, excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. Haven't had my second cup of tea, that'll be why. Don't know what time it is, maybe about 7 a.m. So what I did was, when I was like trying to do a hole to put this plastic air vent in, discovered that there is the old wooden ceilings. And why would you cover them up? Because they have the VJ, it sort of allows a little bit of, there's not like a big gap or anything, but it allows the hot air to actually then go into the high peak roof areas. So, okay, so anyway, I'm here so that I can get this wall done. Yeah, it's sort of like doing spring cleaning here in in December, in a hot weather. So I'm normally, because it's very hot up here, the higher you're up towards the ceiling, it certainly does get, hot up here. So I thought I'll just show you what I'm doing. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'll try and maneuver this to sit here, and then you can get an idea of what I'm doing. I'm just using paper towel, because otherwise, I've got to keep getting, have a bucket of water and keep trying to rinse the container out. And because this is like, soot and not great, hopefully you will sit there without me knocking you off the top of the ladder. Didn't really think this through, did I? But anyway, I'll just take the paper towel, pull off a sheet. Normally would spray, just give it a light spray and then finger. But because this is not working and my other one's not working, I'm just... See the difference? So it does have to go over, you do have to go over it a few times. See how black it is? Like, it's just pure soot from the fire. So it's not dirt as such. It's not like filthy walls that, haven't been cleaned down from the time that the house was first built. I believe it's about over 125 years old. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So that'll be a very slow journey for the day. See? And then you just throw that away. I've got a container down there that I'm trying to get the paper into. And then that'll just recycle that, and put it in compost. It's fine for the garden. It's just paper and soot. And soot is, just from charcoal. So I haven't cleaned down these ceilings yet. I haven't finished. You can probably see there's still little bits of plasterboard still there. But I will come back, and before I paint, maybe light sand and maybe oil. I'll see. But for now, I'll get these done and worry about the ceiling later. It's way too hot to do that sort of stuff. Same with the floors. Yeah, so as you can see, you know, it comes off pretty easy. It's just soot. That I'm not like doing a lot of rubbing. You know, it's just taking it down. Then once you get it to that, you then go back with a clean piece of paper and a bit more of the spray and give it a final clean. But that's what I'm up to. It may take a few days in this heat to do it because it really does, you know, really does. Even now, like, you know, 5 minutes on the ladder, and you'll soon see the sweat, you know, coming off me. Perspire. Women perspire, men sweat, apparently. That's what Mum always said. So, and she was pretty right. So, as you can, I don't know if you can see, but there's just tiny little nails here. There's still a bit of the plaster behind the nails. I haven't gone and pulled them all out yet. And that's what the plasterboard was, you know, just a cement sheet, plasterboards put up, and just little nails, nailed it to the old ceiling. And this will look gorgeous once it's, you know, painted and this room is painted, and bring a bit of colour and life to this old house. It's really, I've noticed, it's like the floors. I don't know if you can see the floors down there. I'll go down. The floors had floor covering. Wasn't very old because I haven't had this place for long. And get out of there, you lot. What are you doing? Get out. Out. You don't want to eat this crap. It's only paper. I don't know if you can see it. I'll have to turn the light on. This is just a little walkway in between and storage at the moment. But I don't know if you can see all the, no, I'm probably in the shadow. Anyway, Molly. Anyway, so all the ripples in it. Are you catching that? I don't know. There's my hand. Yeah, I don't know if you can see these ripples, but the whole floor was like that. Probably better near this front. Maybe able to see it better. I don't know, maybe not. I'd have to turn the camera around and try and do it properly. So this room, lounge room, they didn't just nail it straight to the ceiling. They put this frame up there. So I will have to like try and hire a couple of guys to get this down so I don't kill myself, but it'll be right. So this is like a lovely green. Yeah. So I'll change the colours, of course, and put colour back. Because a lot of people don't realise that, you know, the older houses, you know, people used to put colour in their house. Not this, you know, clean white lines and white on white on white on white in a spot of colour on a little bit of a cushion or, you know, on a picture on the wall or something like that. No, that's dreary, that's hospital, sterile, not what you're supposed to live in. You're supposed to live in colour, and you're supposed to enjoy life. You get a boost and a warm feeling from the colours of nature, you know. And I don't know what colour I'll do in here, in this kitchen. Maybe some yellow and blue. Don't know. Maybe a charcoal. Maybe a charcoal on that back bit from, you know, above the stove, behind the stove, do a charcoal. Not a charcoal as in grey, it's a charcoal, it's actually got like a purple tinge to it. Actually, it looks nice. A friend's just done behind her stove. She's got a wood stove too, so when I had the bushfires, I stayed with her for months. So I ended up learning how to use her wood stove. This one's smaller, but the concept's still the same. It's like, you know, much different to cooking with gas and whatever, and you've got to keep the temperature going in regards to your wood, keep the heat up. Certain woods give out a higher heat. Some of them are like a slower burner, so they will maintain a certain heat for a longer period, so you don't have to keep going and, you know, putting wood on to keep it at a certain temperature. But it's just fantastic in the winter. I just put my kettle on the top, and in the morning light it and put my kettle on the top here, and as you can see, soot all around it, and that just sits on the stove. Bring it to the boil, put it over on the other side because the wood's on this side. That's where you got most heat, on this side. So I just put it on the other side in this corner, and it'll stay on the boil, simmering there all day nicely. And a big pot of soup, big stew for the dogs, you know, or do some canning food and stuff. So, and I just bring my chair over later in the day when it's really like cold, put a chair just here and just sit by the fire, and that's my heating. Don't need any heating. So, well, this ain't getting anything done, so I'll get up and do maybe one of the big panels. I don't know if you can see up here, because that's where see that one, I don't know if you can see that one little bit of darkness. The colour's changing probably because of that light. There, that one bit up there is just the one bit I just got on a chair this morning to see if I could reach, but no, I need the ladder. And I'd have to move the table to get it back over here. So I thought I'll start on the other side. So, yeah, so as you can see here, it's certainly not as black as that backer walls. So, yeah, so I've done around above these cupboards. So from there, from the door, that's the door that goes outside. So I've done across there. And that's the little bathroom that I've ripped up the floor coverings as well. And then just around to this one corner panel. So I've just got the rest of it to do. And I'll get that done in the next few days. Go up, do 20 minutes or so, see how I am, and then get down, get a drink, relax. you know, I'm not getting any younger. You know, won't be long and I'll be 70 in a couple of years, 2 years, I think, less than 2 years. So yeah, but yeah, it keeps me busy. It keeps my mind off, you know, problems of the world, problems in the family, you know, deaths. There's sadly been a couple of deaths recently, and you know, and you know, when you hear of that sort of thing happening, especially if it's close family, and you know, friends. I've got friends who are, you know, I've got one friend, and I don't know how many he's lost this year, and a lot of them are to this poison dart that, you know, they had put in their arms, and these people themselves are injured from this poison dart that they put in their arm because they were told that they wouldn't keep their jobs if they didn't. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, you know, I think they've had, you know, maybe 10 family members in the last 12, 18 months. But yeah, but okay, so I'll get back to this. It's a, you know, glorious day outside. If you like the heat, let me take you out the front. Take you out the front so that you can just see. I think there's clouds coming in. I think we got like 5 minutes of rain yesterday. But yeah, there's cloud coming in again. But yeah. So we'll see how it goes. It may keep the temperature down to maybe 98 instead of 102. But all good. All right. Take care, people. Be kind.